From one protest to another in Brazil, the small grassroots movement, which began over a bus fare hike, has quickly elevated to the biggest protest to hit the country in 20 years. Now, it's caught the attention of the nation's president and has sparked a broader change in government. CCTV's Stephan Gibbs has the latest from Rio de Janeiro.
One reason to celebrate. Most Brazilians were glued to their television screens on Sunday night, watching their national side beat Spain convincingly 3-0. But the delirium was not everywhere. Outside the Rio stadium, as the match was being played, there were violent clashes between protesters and the police. Whatever the result on the field, many Brazilians say they will continue to protest against what they see as government mismanagement and corruption.
People here have long accused their political leaders of promising plenty but failing to deliver. But now the politicians need to prove they can get things done.
They have to answer what the protesters are calling for and sort out the problems, or the people will put on more pressure. We won't be fooled again.
So Brazil's Congress, its building was overrun by protesters 2 weeks ago, has acted with unprecedented speed. It's rushed through several votes, including a law promising to allocate all profit from future oil discoveries to healthcare and education. And in another sign of changing times, this man, one of 200 Brazilian congressmen currently facing criminal charges, was arrested last week and jailed for corruption. The first time a congressman has been imprisoned in decades here. President Dilma Rousseff has said she agrees with much of what the demonstrators say, but even so, her political future seems now in some doubt. In the space of just 3 weeks, her approval rating has collapsed from 57% in a poll taken just before the first major protests to just 30% in a poll taken over the last weekend. That leaves next year's presidential election, which had been expected to be a likely easy win for President Rousseff, currently wide open. There's some speculation that if things get worse for her, her predecessor and mentor, the former President Inácio Lula da Silva, might yet put himself forward as a candidate. What seems certain is that these demonstrations will have political consequences, which no one can yet predict. Stephan Gibbs, CCTV, Rio de Janeiro.